Hey everybody, so before I kind of show this little video here, I want to put a little context to it, a little bit of why I even decided to do this, considering, it's like one of the first videos on my YouTube page. So, there's been a lot of Black Lives Matter protests going on, and over time there's been more and more counter protests of different types, and one of the ones that really has come up here and is really in Gilbert and just around Arizona in general a lot has the counter protest to any Black Lives Matter protest or event or gathering has been like a back the blue counter protest. That in and itself doesn't really make a lot of sense to me, just in the fact that yes, there are some far to the side people who kind of get in there and are like, oh, anti-police, screw the police, this and that, anarchy here and there. But the Black Lives Matter movement is not a anti-police movement. It's an anti-police brutality movement. It's a anti-systemic racism in policing in the criminal justice system. The criminal justice system itself as a whole is broken, completely broken. The whole system just it was built incorrectly. Well, it's doing exactly what it was designed to do, which was to keep down people of color and certain classes of people. It continues to do exactly what it was built to do, which is why it needs to be completely changed. I'm not anti-police, and I'm not for defunding the police. I am for refunding. I am for reallocation of those funds. I'm for demilitarization of the police. This money should be being put into social programs and other programs that can actually help prevent people from committing the crimes in the first place. Just investing in mental health in our country could make a significant difference. Testimony even on my side, I've gone for almost 35 years and had a mental condition that I wasn't even aware of. And I had to have something happen that really woke me up, and God just intervened in my life, and it woke me to the point where I was able to go get help and finally realized, like, wow, I've got this problem that I've had no idea I had. And with the right treatment and medication and therapies to work through past traumas in a life, I'm a different person. Like, I am a completely different person now. And if we were to take this money and instead of militarizing the police, invested in social programs and programs to help people, even just mental health, we could be making huge differences. But that's a whole nother video. That's a whole nother conversation. I went there and I was there to support the Black Lives Matter movement. And one thing I noticed was the other side, which was supposed to be back the blue. Okay, that's their counter protest they want to be, except I really didn't see a lot of, one, back the blue anything, or two, what kind of I was expecting to see, which was, a lot more of the all lives matter and all that kind of stuff. I didn't even see a lot of that. And I'm like, wow, we basically got Black Lives Matter on this side here and a Trump rally on the other side. I'm like, wow, that's interesting. So I'm like, well, you know what? I think maybe next week I need to go and go on that side and see a little more what's going on over there. See what it is they're really doing, what they're trying to organize, what they're trying to do. For counter protesting Black Lives Matter, it'd kind of be good to know. I can usually blend in. I'm a fat white guy, so I can blend in over there with no problem. And I figured, I'm gonna do that, and kind of see what happens. So one of the observations that I had made from the other side the previous week was that really we all had masks on. There's a mask ordinance still here in Maricopa County, especially even when you're outside, inside, whatever. We can't maintain that 6 feet difference. You're supposed to have a mask on. You're at a rally. You're not going to maintain 6 feet distance when you're standing right next to somebody. And they're definitely not in the same household as you. I mean, well, they could all be related, but that's a different story. Anywho, they're supposed to be mask ordinance. So on the Black Lives Matter side, I don't think I saw anybody without a mask. Yet on the other side, I think maybe I saw a handful, 2 or 3, 4, 5 max people who actually had a mask on. Everyone else didn't have a mask. So I was curious if that was just an observation from the other side. I am hanging out here. I just pulled up to the Black Lives Matter Back the Blue protests here in Gilbert, Arizona. And let's go see what we can find. Pretty much no masks. There are a few people with masks, but that's it. Which in and of itself is ironic, because a lot of times the answer to, an unarmed person of color getting either harassed by the police or killed by the police is, well, you should have just obeyed the law. You mean like the mask law? I was, continue to walk around, see the sights, see everything going on, just take in the sights and the smells and figure out what's going on in the heads over here. And then it reminded me of a Jimmy Kimmel skit where he had gone out and found some, Trump supporters in that, and basically trolled them with some Nixon era stuff, specifically some Watergate stuff, things like that. And I'm like, well, it's a funny skit. It's hilarious, don't get me wrong. But they're a big production. They got lots of people, lots of staff. They can spend days gathering footage of people and interviewing people and having 99.9% of it be garbage or not fitting, the funny skit they're trying to do. And then they had somebody hop on the loudspeaker and let us know about the upcoming 9/11 memorial that they're going to be having.
We're going to have a flag day for 9/11 to support our troops, our police, and every law enforcement, and all our heroes. So please, make sure you go to your Facebook, TikTok, any platform you have, announce it. It's crucial that everybody participates and help out a little bit. And you can mention that's the 9/11 support our flag, and the most important thing is support our president.
Cause yeah, that's what 9/11 is about. President Trump. That's what the that's what a 9/11 memorial is about. Support President Trump, not remember everyone that gave their lives that day and sacrificed for us. No. The most important thing is our president. That's what 9/11's for. Huh?
You understand that if we lose the elections, our world will change. You understand we'll be going to a civil war. You may say no, but it will happen. So be prepared, prepare your family, and make sure to vote. Please bring your flags, bring your friends, bring everybody. Let's show them the silent majority is here to let them know we are not changing our country.
So, yeah. Target acquired. I had to talk to this guy. Some people may ask, well, why the big deal? Why this guy? Well, this person is Latino, who is kind of leading this pro-Trump rally, if you will. And in case you need a refresher of why that's so mind-boggling to me,
they're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists.
To get the cars and trucks and everything over here, let the illegals drive them in. They're coming in anyway.
Some are good and some are rapists and some are killers, and we don't even know what we're getting.
I'm not just saying Mexicans. I'm talking about people that are from all over that are killers and rapists. Well, I said drug dealers, I said killers, and I said rapists. Everything I said is 100% correct. All you have to do is read the newspapers.
Fusion and pick up the stories on rape, and it's unbelievable when you look at what's going on. So all I'm doing is telling the truth. Somebody's doing the raping, Don. I mean, you know, somebody's doing the. You're saying it's women being raped. Well, who's doing the raping? Who's doing the raping? Yeah. I mean, how can you say such a thing?
I wanted to find out more. You know, who's showing up for this? Why are we doing this? Why are we here? You know, it's supposed to be a Blue Lives Matter rally, but why are we really here?
We do it every Thursday, support to our president, to God, Second Amendment, our blues. Remember our blues. We love our law enforcement, and most of all, we love our flag, and we love our country.
Yikes. So, yeah, Gilbert PD, how does that feel? You men and women put your lives on the line every day. Yeah, you're kind of being pawns here for political gain. You know, yeah, you know, wow, we're here for our president and our country, and da-da-da, and you know, the police, these people here too, yeah, but most importantly, our flag. Okie dokie. I mean, it's got to be a small amount of people, right? This can't be a lot of people showing up to this, right?
That we normally get between 7 to 1,000 people.
Yes, sir. How many people are you expecting to have at your wedding? Well, I don't know, somewhere between 7 and 1,000. Now, one quick thing to remember, when I'm talking to these people, they do think that I am wanting to start my own blog, and I'm wanting to call it Responsible Republicans for Trump, and that, you know, I'm trying to get people involved and people involved in the movement and that. So that's kind of the context that I give them before they start talking to me, just so it makes a little more sense. So I figured let this guy talk a little bit, you know, get a couple prompts and just kind of let him run with the flow, see what comes out. You know, I guess it's got to be because, you know, the president backs law enforcement, and that's got to kind of be the only small thin thread that I can find out there. Oh, funny, thin thread, just thought about that. If you don't know what that is, Google that. That's an interesting one for you. Anyway, I digress.
You know that our president is behind every law enforcement here, so there's no defund the police. We need to make sure we vote for him. Not only vote for him, but we vote everything red. We get the House and the Senate red, so President Trump can do everything he's been doing for the American people. He is the American people's president. You know, I'm Latino. I immigrated here, and I used to be a Democrat. Sorry, but I educated myself, and I found out the real truth about the Democratic Party, and it hasn't changed. America is not a racist country. Every time I travel to other countries, I learn that I'm wrong. But when I'm here, I learn I'm a great person. And that's the most important thing. So please, November 3rd, vote all red. Don't let the Democratic Party change our way of life. Black Lives Matters, and Antifa is so deep inside with that Democratic Party, it's not even funny.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. So now, I have to. I have no choice. I am literally left with no choice. And just, yeah, here you go.
Did you catch the Woodworth and Bernstein article in the Washington Post at all? They just lambasted the president and all of his men and everything, you know.
2 years ago.
Do you think it's just fake news?
It is fake news. The Democratic Party is so nervous. They don't know. They're losing votes. Everybody from the Democratic Party is churning, walk away. They're realizing that that's not what they signed for.
So then you really start thinking like, all right, let's take this to the next level. Where can we go with this from here? And why are we voting for Trump? Why are we voting for Trump? Why is that something we're doing? I figured out this lady tell me.
Because Trump tells the truth. He's an ordinary businessman just like everybody else. He's not a politician. He's fighting for us. He didn't lie about the virus. China lied about the virus. Biden lied about the virus. And so do Pelosi and Schumer and all the other Democrats. So I'm voting for Trump 2020. All the way.
Ooh, so did we get some young people's perspective too? Why are they out here?
It's so important that we're out here backing up the police officers because they're trying to destroy our country one by one. It starts with abolishing the police. If they get rid of the police, the rest of it will fall. There will be no law, no justice. You guys, all BLM wants is justice. Without police officers, you're not going to get that. This is the huge line of defense. This is homeland security. If we don't have this, we lose. That's it. The country will fall. It'll fall from the inside. Like Abraham Lincoln said, the only way America can be faltered, it can be faltered from the inside. That's it. It can never be destroyed from the outside. And that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah. He asked for it.
Awesome. So, I know there's a lot of fake news going around and a lot of crap like that still. It's election season. Everyone's trying to trash everyone.
Yeah.
But I know there was a recent report that had come out, and there's some accusations that, Trump had hired some teens to break into the DNC and steal some stuff, steal some documents and that. People are wanting him impeached for that. Do you even think that's an impeachable offense?
That's not even an impeachable offense. And why would he do that? Why would he waste his time on doing something like that, really? Like, they're not doing anything right now. There's no point in doing it. He didn't do it. Like, it's just allegations. All they can say, until they can provide us with factual evidence on this, that this actually happened, all they can do is run their mouths and say it happened.
Okie dokie.
Do you think that impeachment talks are really just to try and draw some of that attention away from the war over in Vietnam right now?
Yeah, all it is just distractions from destroying this country. All they want to do is get Trump out of the office so they can have a smooth way in. They're trying to make Trump look bad, just like coronavirus. They decided to make that come out here and to destroy Trump's economy, to not get him reelected for president. It's all a hoax. They're going to do whatever they can. They're going to keep piling stuff on over and over again until Trump's out of office.
Well, there you have it. That's what we're working with. Yeah, it's kind of scary, isn't it?